What is going on, guys? Back with another video. So this video was actually requested by one of my fellow subscribers. So for the title of this video, you guys probably already know, but what we'll be doing today is I'll be telling you guys what are the 5 essential items that you must have in your cars. And I have these items between my 2 cars. So if you guys are new to the channel, this is my 1999 Honda Civic, EK Civic. This is my 2015 Mitsubishi Lancer GT. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and kickstart, the video explaining what 5 things are a must in each and every car. Whether you have a stock car or modified car, I think these are essentials. So let's get to it. Right, so item number 1 would be a radar detector. And I'm going to show you guys a radar detector. I have one in each of my cars, but I'm going to show you the one in my EK Civic. For those of you guys who don't know what a radar detector is otherwise known as the cop detector. So whenever, I'm not condoning it, but if you do, do road trips pretty often, you drive a lot on the highways, sometimes you might go over the speed limit a little bit. So what the radar detector does is whenever there's like a cop close by, it kind of gives off a signal so you know to slow down. So this is my radar detector I have in my EK Civic. Alright, so let me go ahead and start up my car.
Testing. System ready.
Alright, so there you have it. This is my radar detector. I have a really simple and cheap one. It's actually from Cobra. So Cobra radar detectors, they go for about $100 or so depending on the model. It's really easy, so whenever I switch on the car, I have it hooked up so it'll switch on right away. And then there's a volume on the side, there's a mute button over here. So it's pretty simple. So pretty much like I said, it catches like the X band, K band, KA band. But radar detectors range anywhere from like $100 all the way to like $500 for like an expensive one. For example, like the Valentine ones. Those are really good and expensive. But for the most part, a cheap $100 one works just fine as well. So that's for item number 1, a radar detector. Alright, so for item number 2, it will be a phone holder. So let me show you guys what I have. So again, in each of my cars, I think this is essential. So what you do is, I know in this day and age, a lot of people use your cell phones. So if you ever have to use a GPS, you can just put your cell phone here, and then you can just kind of adjust it, and then you can just retract it like that. So put your phone, you don't have to keep holding onto your phone whenever you put on the GPS. Really helpful. In my case, mine is a suction cup over here on the windshield, but some of them you are able to mount it on the AC vent. I personally like the suction cup one better. But yeah, these little phone mounts are really cheap. So like I said, whenever you play music or you want to have the GPS on the Google Maps on your phone, you don't have to hold on to it because cops might pull you over for that. So just mount it. Safe way. You can get one on eBay or Amazon for really cheap. For about less than $10 you can actually get one. So super cheap, cool mod. So item number 2 on the list is a phone holder. Right, so you guys can tell background change a little bit. So right now I am in my Lancer GT. So item number 3 would be an air freshener. So I know it sounds very lame, but over here I have the super sweet air freshener, which I love. So air fresheners really help. Especially if you want to have that new car smell, keep your car smelling fresh whenever you have passengers. I mean, even if you drive around yourself, I think an air freshener works great just because it keeps the car smelling good, and whenever you get into your car, who doesn't like a car that smells good? So we have the normal air fresheners that just look like that. You can get it from your local AutoZone, eBay, Amazon. You can pick out a bunch of designs. Or I also have this air freshener, which I believe I got from a local store. And what it does is it has a little fan, so you just press and the fan kind of activates it, and smell comes out whenever I drive and press on this little button here. So super easy, pretty cheap, any car. But item number 3 is air freshener. So for item number 4, this is gonna be another electronic device. So it's actually a dash cam. So I know this dash cam doesn't look like your normal dash cam. Most dash cam kind of look like a radar detector. They stick it on here. The reason why I say dash cam is because nowadays a lot of people, you know, drive on the streets, and there are some reckless drivers or even drunk drivers out there. So what happens if, you know, someone hits you? You want evidence, right? So dash cam definitely helps protect yourself, whether you know, you have a nice car or even, you know, any car. So in the event that you get in an accident, you have evidence, you have video evidence. So this one I got over here, it's pretty cool. So it just attaches onto my rear view mirror. I have cameras right here. So let me just go ahead and start up the car. So this particular one that I have is the Falcon 360. So let me go ahead and start it up for you guys. So it's pretty cool. So over here you can see it starts recording. I have a little USB cable. I'm gonna try to hide this cable if I can, but I can charge it with a phone cable. So even if I don't have this attached here, it'll still run just fine once it's fully charged. So my rear view mirror, and then the little screen is on there. I believe it records in 1920p, and it's a 24-hour loop. So every 24 hours it keeps changing. It does have a micro SD card here, so I can just always remove it and just upload, you know, the videos on my computer. Over here I have two cameras, so I can always have one over here facing the back, or I can have one facing the front, or I can just have both facing the front. So pretty cool. And I forget to add, for item number 4, the dash cam, the price really ranges. So we have dash cams that are on the cheaper end from about $100 or so, all the way to dash cams that cost almost $500. So kind of like the radar detector. You know, of course, once you pay more, you kind of get better video quality, stuff like that. But honestly, for a start, I just feel like, you know, you could get a cheap one that's worth about $100. It works just fine, you know, does the job just fine. So that's item number 4, dash cam. And for the last item, item number 5, we have this rear view mirror. But it's not just any rear view mirror, it's actually a Paranormal rear view mirror. So let me just show you guys. It's super simple. It's actually a clip on, so it comes right off. So let me show you the stock one. So I'm not sure if you guys experience the same problem, but in a stock rear view mirror, it always only shows like part of your, you know, on the back. So for example, let me try to get a good angle. Okay, so this is the angle I'm seeing right now, and in a second I'm just gonna switch it over with the wide angle mirror, and let me show you how much more of a broader space it covers. Just like that, it clips right on, and you can see everything. So look, you can see my full face, you can see everything, you can see the seats. And so this is what you see with the Paranormal rear view mirror. And let me unclip it and show you guys the stock one. Stock one, you can barely see anything back there. So basically these rear view mirrors, super cheap, clip on. Definitely recommend that as well. They cost about $10. Well, I got mine for about $10. You can get them online for about $10 to $15. So they're really cheap. So definitely a must get as well. So item number 5, a Paranormal rear view mirror. Alright, so there you have it. The 5 must-have items for every person who owns a car. So again, whether you're a car enthusiast or whether, you know, you just drive a normal car, I definitely recommend these 5 items. The cheapest of them, I believe, will be like the air freshener. So that's super cheap. You could probably get a whole pack for like maybe $5. And then the most expensive will be the electronic items. So stuff like the, I guess the rear view mirror or dash cam. Then on the cheaper end, you could get it for maybe $100 or so. So not too expensive. So like I said, this video, I had a fellow subscriber who recommended that I should do it. So if any of you guys have any video suggestions that you want to see, let me know. Leave them in the comment section below. And if you're new, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.